All right, so today we're going to be learning a new type of drawing. So I want everyone to make sure they have a thicker paper, if possible, and watercolor to start. So this is going to be a bit of a process because we have to wait for the watercolor to dry, and then we're going to actually draw on top of it. So I'm using a different palette so you can see some colors a little bit better. So go ahead and take any color to start with, and we're just gonna draw some blobs. So we're gonna let that dry and come back to it. So we are gonna learn about some contour drawing. So contour drawing means that it's one continuous line that makes up whatever image you're drawing. So an example is this face I did earlier. I never picked up my pen while I was drawing that. All right guys, so while we're waiting, we're gonna go ahead and try something called blind contour drawing. So that means we're gonna be drawing our image without looking down at our paper. So let's go ahead and try a portrait. I would suggest to look in a mirror or in your computer screen with the camera on, and it might help. So I'm gonna do this without looking at my paper. So now you can start drawing different objects. I'm gonna look at a pineapple and draw that in front of me without looking at my paper. So keep drawing different items around your house and practice finding the outer shapes and curves of your object and not focusing too much on the details. You just want to kind of find those lines within your shape. All right, so my watercolor is pretty much all the way dry. So since we already learned how to do portraits, I thought it might be fun in all of these different swatches of color to do a different feature of the face and just keep repeating them until we run out of space. So let's go ahead and start at the top, and I want you to remember how we usually draw the eye, except this time you're gonna keep your pen down. So these are not supposed to look great because it's just one continuous line. It's just a different style of drawing. So there's your eye. And maybe we can do our nose in this one next. All right, so my pens have been dying, so we're using Sharpie now. Yay. So I'm just gonna retrace these so you guys can see it. If you accidentally pick up your pen or Sharpie when you're drawing, don't worry too much. Just try to put it right back down where it was. You don't wanna overthink it too much. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the ear, which we actually haven't really drawn too much of the detail. And you can try different angles of the face as well. So I'm gonna try doing the side angle of an eye. So that's the finished product. Just have fun with this. Don't worry about perfection. This is just training your eye to find those shapes and pushing yourself to keep finding them even if you get the wrong shape down. So work with different objects. The face I thought was easy because we've already learned it. So you might be familiar with those shapes already, but try drawing things around your house, different still life objects, and go for it.